All right, let's review. You should be able to finish the statement by the time I get to it, because we've been in a series entitled CTC Volume 2. I got the keys, and keys represent the principles of God that unlock the promises of God. All right, I'll say that again. Keys represent what? That unlock the promises of God. Oftentimes, we want to unlock the promise of healing from God, but what is the key or the principle that I need to apply in order to experience this promise, okay? And so here it is. We've been giving you keys every week, all right? First week, we gave you the principle of generosity. The principle of generosity is a heart that's willing to give that leads to a life that what? All right, in week 2, we begin to work through the mindset principle, which suggests that what I believe about me often determines what I believe about God. All right, then we went to session 3, the principle of multiplication. I'm not going to stay there because we shout every week on the principle of multiplication. All right, let me just do a roll check. We don't die, we... I'm not going to do it. I promise you I'm not. The principle of multiplication suggests that God did not simply create us to maintain, but to multiply. All right? All right, let me keep moving. That part just makes me want to preach. I got to move fast. The principle of freedom, which suggests that freedom is not doing whatever you want to do, but doing what you were. Great class. I love it. Here it is. The next principle is the principle, here it is, of partnership. The principle of partnership suggests that trusting the wrong people will make you what? But trusting the right people will help you win. Absolutely. Then we stepped into the principle of transformation, which suggests that my gift will change others, but my character will change. Why are we repeating back these principles every week? Because here it is, sometimes your greatest breakthrough is not in you learning something new, but remembering something old. And sometimes you don't know what key you need until you show up into a room. Y'all are not having church with me. Have you ever went to the right place and forgot the right keys? You took the wrong keys to the right place. Why are we reminding you of the keys every week? Because you don't know when God is going to put you in the right room, and you're going to need the key to unlock everything that comes with it. Are you hearing me, everybody? Because last 2 weeks we've been unpacking the principle of the pick. The principle of the pick suggests that who you choose to be in your life will either be an asset or an assault. But today, I want to introduce to you a new key. Can we talk about this new key? This new key will help you go from a breakdown to a breakthrough. This new key will help you if you feel stuck. It'll help you advance. It is the principle of the breakthrough. One person caught the revelation. I said the principle of breakthrough. You must not need a breakthrough in your life. I'm going to keep saying it until somebody catch it. The principle of the breakthrough suggests that true breakthrough, watch this everybody, true breakthrough is not when you go to the next level, but when God shows you why you are stuck on your now level. All right, I feel the love over here, so I'm going to preach to y'all. They looking at me crazy. True breakthrough is not when you go to the next level, but when God shows you why you're stuck on your now level. See, some of us are shouting because God helped us get out. But the real shout is when God shows you why you kept staying in. Y'all not having church with me. Do I have anybody that can shout over the fact, not that God helped you get out of a bad relationship, but why God showed you why you kept picking a bad relationship? Because breakthrough is not about you getting out. It's about it's about God showing you why you first got in it in the first place. Because it's a sad thing for God to give you a breakthrough and you walk right back into what he brought you out of. Are y'all hearing me today? And so watch this, everybody. Here's what's so good, because I want you to catch this. In our text today, we see a man named Peter who's in a fight. He's battling against his old self and Satan. Here's why. Because you cannot have breakthrough without first overcoming a battle. Because breakthrough is for fighters. In today's message, you won't like it if you don't like fighting. This ain't for the sweet saints today. This for the savage saints today. That's saying, God, I love you, but I'm a little bit of lion and a little bit of lamb. Y'all not hearing me? Because Jesus was lion and lamb. He was tough enough to die, but tender enough to cry. Man enough to feel it, but God enough to heal it. The lamb died on the cross, but the lion came out the grave. And I didn't come to preach just to the lamb in you. I came to wake up the lion in you. That it's a part of you that's been sleeping in the grave that God has said, I need you to come out roaring. Do I have any lions in the room today and online that can release your roar that you coming out of some stuff? Y'all not having church with me. Where are my lions in the room that this praise is helping you come out of depression, you coming out of anxiety, you coming out of poverty, you coming out of cycles? Somebody shout, I'm coming out. We won't break through without battles.
That's good. That's good.
And might I suggest to you that some of you who feel like you're on the verge of a breakdown, that sometimes your breakthrough is the closest in a breakdown. That sometimes you have to come to the end of yourself to get to the beginning of God.
We gather.
And we see this in the life of Peter. Jesus literally screams, Simon, Simon! Whenever you see God shout someone's name twice in the text, it's emphatic because he's shouting, trying to get your attention. All right? All my parents know what I'm talking about. You ever been trying to help your child and get their attention to do something before they bump their head or do something crazy? And it's like they don't want to respond to the calm request. Hey, baby, please stop. Please, my daughter, she's learning to drive, and y'all pray for me. Because I'm trying not to be fussing while she's driving. But she has this tendency to make wide turns and then just linger in the middle of the street. And so it's like, Payne, push the gas, Payne, Payne! And this is what's happening with Simon in the text. I'm sorry, Peter. That, watch this, Jesus is looking at Simon. He's looking at Peter. Y'all missed it. Because he already changed his name. But watch this, he has to call him by his old nature to get his attention. Because he's looking at Peter and saying, you're not acting like the person that I called you to be. So I'm going to have to call you by something that you were before you met me. Y'all not having church with me. Do I have anybody in the room today that can say there's a me in me that you don't want to see? But sometimes the saved me and the sick me be fighting to become the best me. Y'all not having church with me. He's calling them by his own name. Not even Peter.
Let your servant remain instead of the boy. For how can I face my father?
Simon! Simon! Satan demanded permission to sift you like wheat. But I pray for you. Peter is having an identity crisis and don't even know it. Many of us are having an identity crisis and don't even know it. What do I mean? We think we're having relationship problems. But what if some of your relationship problems are really identity problems? You think you're having money problems, but what if your money problems are really money problems? It's identity problems. I'm gonna talk to y'all over here. You think you're having career problems, but what if they're not career problems? It's identity problems, because you will make your choices based off of the identity that you embrace. Do I need to run that back and say that again? I'll say it over here. I see y'all giving me the run it back sign. Because you will make your choices out of the identity that you embrace. And some of us, we made some choices and look back on the choice and say, I don't know what got into me. The old you. That wasn't Peter. That was Simon. And you have to be careful of when you embrace false identities. Because old identities will birth old issues. Notice, Jesus says, Simon, Simon, Satan demanded permission to sift you like wheat. Not Peter, but Simon. See, some of the attacks on your life is not about, watch this, who God called you to be. It's about you holding on with who you used to be. And because you have not let go of your old nature, that X keep popping up. Hey, stranger text. As a matter of fact, you need to change their name to Trap. Because that's not your ex, that's a trap. Y'all not having church with me. He says he demanded permission to sift you like wheat, but I prayed for you. It's almost as Jesus is saying, you must have forgot who you are. Have you lost your mind? You must have forgotten who you are. Watch this. Why are you behaving like who you used to be? Jesus is confronting something in Peter that I want to challenge those of you who may be struggling with in Rock City today. Jesus is helping Peter, watch this everybody, overcome an imposter syndrome. Are y'all hearing me? What's an imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is when we struggle to accept new seasons because of what we did in old seasons. I will say that again because somebody missed it. Imposter syndrome is when we struggle to accept new seasons because of what we did in old seasons. It is when you can be winning on the outside, but worrying on the inside. It's when you can be successful on the outside, but struggling on the inside. Blessed on the outside, but broken on the inside. Because here it is, I want you to catch this. Imposter syndrome is really the fear of being seen.
Repent ye therefore, and be converted.
You want people to see
Blotted out. He speaks with such conviction.
your good self,
It is truth.
the good parts of you. When the imposter syndrome is afraid of people seeing their weaknesses,
With heavy heart,
their struggles,
we commend
their vulnerabilities.
God's eternal.
And now, because of that imposter syndrome that you're holding in, when God finally favors you, you feel like God's favor is a scam. Now, when somebody actually is showing you love, you reject love because you've gotten so used to hate. Y'all not having, you actually end up self-sabotaging relationships because you fear of being rejected, so you go ahead and reject who's already accepted you. It's imposter syndrome. God bless you with a new opportunity and you walk yourself out of the opportunity that God blessed you in because you don't think you deserve it. And Peter is struggling with this imposter syndrome. We see it throughout his walk, throughout his life, because we see when Jesus was about to go to the cross, Peter didn't show up, Simon showed up. He pulled out that switchblade, cut that man's ear off. That was an imposture. Not just when he cut the man's ear off with the switchblade, but what about when he also showed up when he denied Jesus 3 times? I don't know him.
Let us reflect.
Ain't got nothing to do with me. See, you sitting in here like you perfect. But watch this. All of us have struggled with the imposter in certain situations and seasons of our life, to where something felt so good to be true that you begin to question yourself. It's not that you're questioning God. You're really questioning you. Peter is struggling, and Jesus is looking at Peter. He said, I want you to hear me right here. Now that I've got your attention, shout your name out real loud on 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Satan demanded permission to sift you like wheat. The devil is begging for permission to sift you like wheat. See, y'all missed this because I didn't say shift.
Come on.
I said sift because the devil wants to sift you. God wants to You do know there's a difference, right? Sifting is the process of separating for the purpose of exposure. Shifting is the process of separating for the purpose of elevation. And I want to preach to somebody in the room today that you got to be surrounded by the right people who will pray for you when the devil wants to sift you so that you won't be exposed, but you can be elevated. And I'm speaking this over your life that you won't allow the devil to sift you, but God is getting ready to shift you. He's about to shift your mind, shift your heart, shift your household. Somebody shout, I'm getting ready to shift. So watch this. He said, sift you. He demanded permission. And how does he respond to it? With prayer. Because for some of us, we have to look at this text and be honest and say, there have been seasons where you felt under attack and you had no clue to understand, where is all of this coming from? If it's not one thing, and I want to suggest to you today that sometimes it's not just lifing. Sometimes it's Satan attacking. It's spiritual warfare. Jesus did not handle this threat to Peter, watch this, by fighting with words, by fighting with will, by fighting with skill. He fought with prayer. Y'all not having church with me. What if I suggested to you that you are one prayer away from a breakthrough? What if I suggested to you that what you've been believing God for, you are one prayer away? But sometimes it's not just one prayer away, it's one person praying the right prayer. Y'all not having church with me. Because I want you to catch this, because he said, I have prayed for you. One of the primary tools that God has established to determine how much he does in our life is conditioned by the absence or presence of prayer. How much he does in your life is based on the absence or presence of prayer. Can I prove it? Look at James 4. It's right there on the screen. James 4, verse 2 and 3. You desire, but do not have. You do not have because you do not ask. When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives. See, y'all don't know when to shout. I know how to shout over the word. The word literally says, you do not have because you do not ask. God is saying in this text that he wants to bless you, but you never came to him for the blessing. He wants to favor you, but you never asked for it. He wants to heal you, but you never asked for it, or you asked for it the wrong way. Because he didn't just say you do not have because you do not ask. He says, or you do not have because you ask with the wrong motive. I don't know about you, but in this season of my life, I'm praying, God, don't just help me to pray the right prayer. Give me the right heart when I'm praying what I'm praying. Because watch this, everybody. Here's what's so good. I want you to catch this. He's saying this. Prayer is relational communication with God. It's not just communication with God, because even the devil talks to God. We see that in the text. He's demanding permission to sift. Who is he getting permission from? That can shout by itself. that he can't even just come attack you without permission. Y'all not having church. And God won't give permission of an attack on your life if he didn't put something in you with the ability to overcome it. Y'all not. So watch this. I want you to catch this. Prayer is not just communication with God. It's relational communication with God. Can I go deeper? The goal of prayer is to draw heaven into history. When you look back on the history of your life, do you see the mark of heaven anywhere? Because if you don't see the mark of heaven in your history, it might be because you or somebody that you trusted to intercede on your life was not praying. I got married, the marriage fell apart. Did you pray before you got married? Did you pray while you were married? I got the job and all of a sudden I lost the job. Well, what? I know you lost the job. I know you went to work, but what did you pray? Because some things can be revealed to you in prayer that won't be revealed to you in church. Yeah. Are you hearing me today? And so check this out, everybody. Prayer does not get God to do something that he does not want to do. Prayer gives us access to what God already wants to do for us, but requires participation from us. And it's hard to pray when you don't know his will. We talking today. Can we talk? It is a sad thing to have a full prayer life with no word in your heart. Because it could be you're not praying God's will, you're praying witchcraft prayers. What is witchcraft prayers? Prayers is when you're praying prayers to manipulate your will and not God's will. You're not praying, you're manipulating. I know you love them. They're telling you to pray for this. Have you ever had the courage to say, well, do you believe that's God's will? Yeah. Can we talk about it? And so here it is, everybody. Here's what's so good, because Isaiah 6:24, I love this text because it gave me boldness in my prayer life. It says this, everybody: before you call, I will answer. They don't know when to shout. Online, they don't know when to shout. So I'm going to read it again. This is God the Father saying, before you call, I will answer. In other words, before you prayed, I already answered the prayer. The problem is we have many busy Christians with empty prayer lives. And God is saying in heaven, before you even prayed, I already answered. But my grandmama said, while you trying to figure it out, he already worked it out. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds right now to put some stuff in the atmosphere that God already answered. He already answered. He already answered. You trying to worry about it. Pray about it. He already answered. You stressing over it. Pray over it. He already answered. You're in fear. Get in faith. Pray about it. He already answered. Somebody shout, he already answered. I'm going to stay right here for a minute because I believe that some of you are in this room right now trying to figure out how God is going to work it out. And God is saying, no, I already know your beginning from your end and your end from the beginning. I just need you to ask me for it. I already answered the prayer. You won't lose your mind. He already answered that. You won't lose your joy. He already answered that. Stop praying for stuff that you already have and put some faith on what you don't have. Jesus is not tripping. He said, I know you're about to be under attack. Satan himself is about to prepare to sift you like wheat. Here's why I'm not tripping. I already prayed. And because I got confidence in my prayer, I know the Father already answered my prayer. Y'all not having church with me. Because we know Simon ends up getting sifted, but the prayer brought him right back to where he was preaching on Pentecost. And I wonder, do I have anybody in the room today that can say, it wasn't some of my prayers, but I thank God I had a praying mama, I had a praying grandmama, that if it weren't for them praying for me, I wouldn't be in here today. It's already.
Proverbs 11:24-25 says, give freely and you will become more wealthy. But if you be stingy, you'll lose everything. I like verse 25. It says, the generous will prosper, but those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. That's why I always just pray blessings over our praise team and over our choir. I don't think they really understand how many times they've come into this room and you left refreshed. I don't think they understand that sometimes giving isn't just what you put in a bucket, but they're giving up their gift. That's enough to shout right there. And every week, I don't know about you, I love this team so much that they sing and worship at such a high level that when I go home and listen to the real songs, they don't even feel the same no more. You know what I'm saying? They help us refresh. But I want to read this from Proverbs 11:22. Let's go to the Message version. Put that on the screen. Look at the Message version. It's enough to tear the whole church up. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. See, I want to sit right there for a minute. You can leave that on the screen. Why, PMJ? Many of us are living in Proverbs 11:22 Message version. We have fixed our face, but we never fixed our mindset. It said like a gold ring in the snout of a pig is a beautiful face, but an empty head. Can you put this in your notes? It's not on the screen. Stay right there for me, Leslie. An empty head will always lead to empty hands. An empty head will always lead to empty hands. They were laughing at me, my pastor friends from across the country. They said, they put me in a group text. They said, boy, no, you ain't out here telling folks to bring you tissue. You on another level. You don't need to be bringing over, telling all these people how you got all these Stella Awards, this big old building, this big old church, and you telling folks to bring you tissue. I said, I want to show you a principle. They said, what's the principle? I said, if my church will never give dollars if they can't give tissue. See, giving ain't about what you're giving. It's the spirit behind how you give. See, I want to see. So when we say a atmosphere of generosity, we're not just saying, because the only time we talk about money or giving in church is when the church needs something. I'm trying to get you up to a point to where you don't want to miss rehearsal, because this is the opportunity I get to give my gift. Did you catch what I just said? That it was a group that was here yesterday, and they blessed me on so many levels, because the whole trip was about one sister, and they said, if you get to Birmingham, we got you. So they've been letting her pick what she was going to eat, pick what they was going to do this, and the whole weekend has been about her and her healing and her getting an opportunity. Now keep in mind, this is the first time they've ever met. They met during the pandemic. They started listening to Devo Energy. Then they started forming their own little city group where they pray on the weekend. They do X, Y, Z. Hear me? So what I'm trying to get you to realize is you worried about having a filled bank account. I want a fulfilled life. Did you catch what I just said? And I need you to catch this. Why? Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. Verse 23. The desires of good people lead straight to the best, but wicked ambitions end in angry frustration. I want you to look at the scripture. The desires of good people lead straight to the best. I'm gonna say this, and I know it ain't worth shouting about, but I just need you to declare this over your life all week. This is an inside joke between me and Mr. Gotti, one of my lead security men. He literally says, we say to each other, nothing but the best. I know that sounds funny, but this week, that's what I want you to speak over your life. Nothing but the best. Not because you bougie, not because you arrogant, not because you sis diddy stuck up, or you think you all that. I can declare nothing but the best according to Proverbs 11:23. You want to know why? Because my desires are right. The desires of good people lead. Now this is enough to tear the church up. And 10:30 gonna shout. 9 o'clock y'all may not shout, but 10:30 gonna shout. It leads straight to the best. Now, see, the older you get, you shout over different stuff. Some of y'all shouting because of the best. Some of us shouting for that one word, straight. That's for 3 of y'all who your life, you done had to take so many detours and so many turns. I want to prophesy and speak in 2023. Lord, give me a straight path. All right, I'm going to preach to the 3 people in the back. Take me straight to the promotion. Take me straight to healing. Take us straight to holy matrimony. Take me straight to the paper. I missed 3 of y'all that I want to speak by faith. My season of detours are coming to an end according to Proverbs 11:23. Since the desires of good people. Are you a good person? I didn't ask if you was a perfect person. I said, are you a good person? Because I can be a good person and still hit you if you bother me. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. It means my desires are to be what God called me to be. And because my desires are right, this is going to be the year I go. This is cold-blooded. I like scripture. The desires of good people lead straight to the best. But wicked ambition ends in angry frustration. Now look at verse 24. The world of the generous gets larger and larger. See, it's just certain scriptures. Jayla ain't got it. Work hard. It's just certain scriptures. If you read it, you should just kind of get excited. The world of the generous. Notice the text does not say the generous. Y'all be missing it. It does not say see, Luke, give and it will come back to you. Proverbs, the world of the generous gets larger and larger, but the world of the stingy gets smaller and smaller. Now, I need you to put this in your notes. Put the world. There are 2 worlds you live in. 2 worlds. Let's not be deep. You have the world and my world. So everybody in here, you have your world and the world. Like that's why when you get in trouble, you think everybody talking about you. Then you meet somebody who didn't have a clue what you was going through. Because you quickly realize there's a difference between the world and... Some of y'all scared to be who God called you to be because of your small world. It's 40 people who gonna talk about you and 40,000 who gonna say, oh, you killing it. Y'all missed what I just said right there. It says the world of the generous gets larger and larger. The world of the, this is the equivalent of you being in a small room. But because you come out of that small room and bless people, a wall gets knocked down. Then another wall gets knocked down. All my contractors will understand this. Half of the boxes you live in are dummy walls. Y'all missed what I just said. It's called dummy walls. You can put that in your notes. What is a dummy wall? A dummy wall is a wall, and help me to all my contractors in the room. If I say this wrong, just yell it out and fix it. It is a wall that's not load-bearing. It is a wall that is not load-bearing. That literally means it's hollow. I could knock this wall down and go straight to the next room. What the devil does is he places walls in your life. Walls of insecurity. Walls of depression. Walls of anxiety. And sometimes what he does not realize is that certain things I can pray my way out of, then there are certain things I gotta give my way out of. Michael, y'all missed what I just said. And it says your world gets larger. Look at verse 25. The one who blesses others is abundantly blessed. Those who help others are what? Helped. That's critical. I want you to put this in your notes, and I pray it bless your life. God can be everything in your life, but next. Is that not cold? God can be everything in your life, but next. We're in the midst of a series right now entitled Courage to Commit, Volume 2, I Got the Keys. We are pursuing a life that is principle-based, not pressure-based. And today I want to give you a key that's going to unlock what I would call a stingy mindset according to Proverbs 11:24-25. And I want you to put this in your notes. Stinginess is a deep commitment to self. I'm breaking stingy off of everything connected to me. Miles has his little gummies yesterday, and McKinley says, let me get one. And he used a word that all y'all grown folks use. He said, mine. Y'all don't think y'all kidding. No, these are mine. Daddy, tell her leave them alone, they mine. So what I've been doing all week is share it. And you ought to see the pouting that my children do because they got to share. You want to know what I discovered? Xander doesn't mind sharing down. Michael doesn't mind sharing down. Mason doesn't mind sharing down. McKinley doesn't mind sharing down. The problem is always sharing up. Superstar. I don't mind sharing with my little sister, but I ain't finna share with my big sister. You want to know why? Because you view them as capable of going to get their own. So if Mason is eating some fries from Chick-fil-A and Miles be like, can I have some, Mason? Mason will literally dump some of his in Miles' basket. I'm sorry, in his cart. But what I've discovered is if Xander asks Mason for something, no, you get your own. Because I've discovered that for most of us, we don't mind giving down because it puts us in a position of authority. But when we give up, it places us in a position of submission. And for many of you, it's hard to give because in your head, you think God don't need nothing. And I'm trying to get you to realize you don't give to God because he need it. You give to God because you need it. I'm preaching to somebody. This is why you got one cousin who you know they ain't got nothing, but you'll quickly say, come on, eat, I got you. But then you got another family member, if they ask you, no, I ain't got nothing, you know how much money, you start instantly discussing all that they have because your mindset is stingy. A stingy mindset is a deep commitment to yourself. And you will never fully commit to God until you decommit from you. I said it once, I love football. I love college football. If I'm a high school football player and I get a scholarship offer and I commit, I never forget the day my brother committed to Auburn. That was the best day in our whole family. He was in my mother's room on the phone. We in the other den listening on the other call. And then they got on the call and Coach Price said, hey, big guy, big fella, what you got going? Nothing much. Are you ready? Oh, I'm finna put Gene Chizik on the phone. Gene Chizik gets on the call. Hey, Darius McClure, you doing all right? Yes, sir. Well, we want to go ahead and offer you full scholarship. Want you to be a part of Auburn Tigers. And then he was like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Then I never forget. He's like, I commit. Boom. Then they said, hold on, let's put somebody else on the phone. Then all of a sudden, DJ said, feels real good. It feels real good. I'm like, oh, my brother committed to Auburn. That was like huge. Committed to Auburn. But what I've discovered is we get to signing day. He takes his shirt off and got on a Florida State jersey. My phone the day before ringing like crazy. Hey, how's it going, Mike? Is this you? Yeah, I just heard Darius in Tallahassee. Do me a favor. Don't tell him don't do it, brother. We're going to take good care. I'm like, look, he in Tallahassee. My brother was committed his entire senior year to Auburn. The day it was time to sign, he takes off his hoodie and says, whoa, whoa, and goes to Florida State. That made me quickly realize something. That commitments matter until you sign. And what I've discovered is a lot of you have made a verbal, because when you commit, it's called a verbal commitment. God, I love you till you got to pick. God, I'm going to be faithful until you got to pick. This is why the devil don't bother a lot of us. Because you making all these verbal commitments and the devil in hell like, trust me, they signed last year, they'll sign this year. And I'm trying to get a generation of believers to shout, in spite of what the devil does to me, I have the courage to remain committed because my commitment is not verbal, not just verbal. I am seeing it through. Please be careful when you're surrounded by stingy, in a relationship with a stingy person, stuck on stingy, and even worse, saved and stingy. See, I'm trying to change your mindset. Some of your relationships didn't work, not because of what they were or what you were. At the core, one of y'all was stingy. You was asking for something that they refused to give you. They were stingy with affection, stingy with time, stingy with love. Married couples, stingy with that thing. Why you stingy? Huh? Give and it'll come back to you. Good measure. Press down, shaking together, run it over. Look at the fellas. You ain't shouted in 6 years. Yeah! Watch me. But even worse, you saved and stingy. You ask heaven for everything, but don't give nothing. You pray for everything, but you sow nothing. A mindset, somebody say mindsets. A mindset is the assumption and the attitude we have about the world, ourselves, and God. Our mindset influences how we think, feel, and behave in any given situation. Last week, we unpacked the principle of generosity. I got to go quickly. This week, what was the principle of generosity? For those who weren't here, it is a heart that's willing to give that leads to a life that freely gives. Freely gives. Hear me when I say this, and I mean this from the depths of my heart. I was talking to Dr. Vernon, my pastor, and that's who I celebrate with. When him and my pops, and whenever I need to celebrate, I call. I said, Pastor, not going to believe this. What? I'm sitting here looking at 1,800 rolls of tissue.
Why do you stand looking up into heaven?
That's like no lie. Like 1,800. I got boxes of bottles. Hear me. If tissue was eggs, I'd be on point right now. Hear me. So hear me. I'm looking at all this tissue. And he was like, Mike, he said, you don't ever call me about your offering. You calling me about your tissue? I said, they don't get it. I said, they don't get it. If people are willing, see, I'm creating an atmosphere that is cheerfully and freely. When Big Man and his wife came over yesterday, he stopped by, boom, opened up his trunk. I could tell they had went to Sam's for themselves. It was snacks, dishwashing detergent. You know what I'm talking about. I saw them snacks. I thought they was mine. I thought Pringles was coming to the house of the Lord. But all of a sudden, he moved his snacks and his detergent, and he pulled out a big old thing of tissue. So I got you, partner. I love you, Pastor. He looked at me like, this crazy. I said, yes, sir. But it helped me realize while they was in the store, one of them said, grab some tissue for them. Because giving is now on their mind. And if giving remains on your mind, eventually it's going to get to you. Michael! Let's unweak the mindset principle. Put this in your notes. I'm going to go really fast, and I'm going to get you out of here. The mindset principle suggests that what I believe about myself often determines what I believe about God. If I don't get to unpack everything, get on Debo Energy this week. I'm going to be there all this week, too. All this week, too. I'm going to figure it out. So let's figure it out, okay? The mindset principle suggests that what I believe about myself often determines what I believe about God. I'm going to say it again. The mindset principle suggests that what I believe about myself often determines what I believe about God. If I believe I'm inconsistent, I tend to think God will be inconsistent. If I'm stingy, I don't pray right because I tend to think God's stingy. If I don't keep my promises, I project that on God so God won't keep his. This is why I'm dealing with my church on mindset, because if I can't change how you see you, it will never change how you see. Could it be that your greatest limitation is that you see God right, but you see yourself wrong? In other words, just because we see the same thing doesn't mean we see the same way. Can I ask you a question? What is this? Come on, what is this? It's not a trick question. A podium. It's a podium. Is it really a podium? It's really a what? It's not a table. That's what I'm dealing with my staff on right now. They see the same thing. They don't explain it the same way. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys again. What is this? It's not a podium. It's a table. Okay, now let's say it again. What is this? You left an adjective out. It is a high table. Because if I tell you to go in the room and get me a table, I don't know what you're bringing back. But if I tell you, go get me a black high table, a black high round table, I just made my request specific. You got me? So my young people, whatever school you want to go to my older people, whatever job you want, it's the same principle. Lord, I speak by faith. I just want to Scott. Lord, I speak by faith. Alabama will offer me. I speak by faith. Georgia will. I speak by faith. The next job will be this salary, this much PTO, this much. What I've discovered is we can see the same thing, but we don't see it. Somebody would put this in their downstairs or in their house. Oh, that's a nice table to sit at. Whereas when I saw it, first thing I said was, I'm going to preach from this. It's non-threatening. It's aesthetically nice. So I'm going to change the game. Everybody got these big podiums. I'm going to just get me a little table. Since I'm cooking. I got to stop playing with 9 o'clock. Y'all crazy. But you see what I'm saying? So just because we see the same thing doesn't mean we see it the same way. This is how in every area of your life, stop trying to force people to see what you see.
What I needed.
When I start dreaming, I shrink that room. When it's time for me to see something, I shrink that room. Like, nah, I don't need that many people in here. I don't need their, because what? Let me ask you a question. These are eyes, and eyes, use these eyes for what? Vision. So whenever, watch this, somebody looks at something, you tell of the vision you see. That's why we call what you watch at home tell of vision. That box you watch, if you're watching toxic stuff, it tells a vision of toxicity. And because your eye gates receive it, you become it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Just because we may hear the same word does not mean we hear it the same way. You know? So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to help us with a mindset principle. A mindset principle suggests that what I believe about myself often determines what I believe about God. What am I trying to get you to understand? Put this in your notes. The key to change your life is to first change your mind. It's real simple. It's to change your mind. The key to changing your life is changing your mind. We will never change our life by only changing our behavior. We change our lives when we change our minds. You trying to fix your actions, you need to fix your mind. Because if you just doing what you think they want you to do, you're going to end up stopping because it has not become a mindset. I wish I had time. I would tear that part up. I'm telling you. Because we will never change our lives just by changing our behaviors. This is not about good versus bad mindset. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying you can have a good mindset or a bad mindset. What I am saying is it's about limited versus unlimited mindset. You don't have a bad mindset. You got a limited mindset. I was dealing with someone this week and they said so-and-so said so-and-so and now they want to talk to me. Wait when we get on the phone. I said, you got a limited mindset. They said, what you mean? I said, what if God has given you the opportunity to heal them, not strike back at them? Unlock. I am the unlocker. Unlock your mind. I want to be an unlocker. Unlock your mind. And poverty is not a state of money, but a state of limited mindset. Limited mindset. See, this is rich. This is rich right here. Okay.